Let the backlash from Progress Energy begin. Email tells the story. State regulators writing about the fighting over coal ash from the company that is now Duke Energy. Well, the bomb has dropped, and she wanted me to come down there and take a look at the plant. Just one more example. 2 Wants to Know reviewed hundreds of pages of emails that reveal regulators are quite familiar with Duke fighting new rules.
What we have is a very powerful, well-connected organization that works closely with the regulators, not being required to obey the law.
Environmental lawyer Frank Holloman is trying to force Duke Energy to clean up every one of its 33 coal ash ponds, and he believes state regulators at Diener are part of the problem.
Every law enforcement agency I know about works with the victim and law-abiding citizens. Instead, they worked with the lawbreaker and the polluter to come up with a solution favorable to it.
He's referring to a proposed deal Diener struck with Duke over 2 separate coal ash leaks years ago. The penalty? Just $99,000 and no demand for Duke to clean up the pollution. Diener later withdrew the deal, then came back and asked a judge to consider it again. So why didn't the state just force Duke to clean up the coal ash ponds?
We're still assessing the situation. I mean, if we really want to do that, I guess we could do that.
I can assure you it's not that simple.
State regulators admit they've known for 5 years that every single one of Duke's 14 plants have been polluting groundwater at coal ash ponds. But Diener only threatened fines of $25,000 a day. Recently, a judge ruled the state has the authority to demand Duke clean up the coal ash.
One of the first things we teach our kids is, if you make a mess, you've got to clean it up.
Ironically, the state is fighting that ruling. Diener and Duke are arguing the state does not have the power to demand cleanup. And again, emails indicate the relationship between Diener and the company that is now Duke Energy is complicated. One regulator says they understand Duke's concerns about the amount, frequency, and increased parameters of pollution monitoring, and they're open to hearing other thoughts. I guess Duke is not going to be happy with our permits, says another email. A utility rep writes they are concerned about monthly sampling. Is this a negotiation of regulations? If so, one attorney says it's unacceptable, and he's fighting for Duke and Diener to clean up their act.
There are 14 communities in North Carolina facing the risk of another dam.